morning and welcome to Living Well with Robin Stoloff, empowering you to live a healthier life. You know, many of us strive for positive changes as the new year begins. For some, that comes in the form of a diet, a gym membership, cutting out a vice, or even being kinder to others. However, there's something else we might want to add to the list. The New Year's cleanse, deep cleaning our home. Chinese tradition and mythology believe that cleaning a home allows bad luck and negative energy to be removed from the space. There may be some truth to that because living in a clean home does make us feel better. A pleasant, clean, and tidy environment can be soothing and relaxing. While it may be daunting, the act of cleaning itself may be a stress reliever, providing an immediate sense of accomplishment. But they are just a few of the many positives. We've got more on the surprising benefits of deep cleaning our home at WFPG.com, on the health page of our app, or on our Facebook page. Lots more coming up today on Living Well with Robin Stoloff, so keep it right here on Light 96.9. Ice baths have become an immensely popular practice among major athletes as well as everyday people, sometimes called cold therapy. Submerging yourself in an ice bath between 50 and 59 degrees is supposed to lessen pain, swelling, and soreness. It may reduce inflammation, boost your mood, or even relieve discomfort after a workout. The greatest impact is often noticed after high-intensity physical activity. There's no hard, fast rule, but it's recommended to stay in the ice water for 1 to 5 minutes or more to achieve optimal results. Fitness and wellness companies now manufacture small tubs designed for this exact purpose. However, many people are building do-it-yourself ice tubs from livestock tanks or troughs. But there's no need for any of that. We have our own ice bath right here. It's called the Atlantic Ocean. If you missed the latest polar bear plunge, you can still take a quick dip. It's certainly cold enough to do the trick. But please note that cold water plunges can pose a risk to people with certain health conditions. So talk to your healthcare provider first. Living Well on Light 96.9. Author, TEDx speaker, and former chancellor of the University of Denver, Rebecca Chop, was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease in 2019. But she's here to tell us that it's not the diagnosis you think it is. Thank you so much for joining me. Tell us what happened and where you are today.
We believed for so long that when you get diagnosed, very soon your life is going to be basically over. But there's lots of new research. Things have revolutionized. And a lot of it's around basic lifestyle change. So for the last 5 years, I have exercised. I walk my dog an hour, hour and a half. I lift weights. I dance. I do anything to keep my body moving. Build your body to prolong your brain. Second, diet. Food either sustains your body and brain or drains it. So a Mediterranean diet is best. I follow a version called the Mind Diet, perfect for Alzheimer's, with lots of berries, salmon, legumes, beans, brain healthy food. Most important is to avoid processed food, even my beloved ice cream. And then third is creativity. The new research of neuroaesthetics is showing that as people lose their cognitive abilities, creativity, it can be taking up painting, it can be gardening, it can be dancing. Even they're finding now just simple doodling. It wakes up a part of the brain that allows the brain to have better functioning and to go down the inflammation. And I'll sneak in the fourth, sleep.
Vital to everything that we do. And
Vital.
Of course, there's new medications now that are coming out on the market. So you seem like you're doing great. What is your prognosis?
Well, I haven't really changed. I haven't declined at all in 3 years. This is no longer a disease that necessarily will kill you in a brief span. You're going to live with this disease for a long time, and you can live well and live with joy.
And what is your website? I know you have a new book coming out, Still Me.
Still Me, Accepting Alzheimer's Without Losing Yourself. My website is RebeccaChopEnterprise.com.
Thanks so much for sharing your story, Rebecca Chop, and you are living well on Light 96.9. Self-defense training for women is more than a skill. It's a means of reclaiming confidence and safety. Sadly, according to the World Health Organization, 30% of all women worldwide, that's 1 out of 3, have experienced partner or non-partner sexual or physical violence. A shocking statistic. Learning self-defense doesn't just provide physical protection, but also a mindset of vigilance and preparedness. It empowers women with increased awareness, mental resilience, and assertiveness. Many local gyms, community centers, and dojos offer introductory sessions or trial classes. The Center for Violence Prevention and Self-Defense Training in New Jersey is an excellent resource. They offer online and live training. Other resources include online tutorials, videos, and articles to learn fundamental moves and principles. These are not a substitute for in-person training, but a good starting point. Learning self-defense isn't just about kicks and punches. It's about empowerment, confidence, and reclaiming control over our safety. As we enter the new year, self-defense training might be a good addition to our list of goals. Learn more on our health page at WFPG.com, on our app, or on our Facebook page. Living Well on Light 96.9. From 400 pounds to personal trainer, my guest now changed her entire life. Welcome to Kylie Ross of V-Rock Fitness. Thank you so much for joining me. Tell us your story.
It actually goes back over 12 years ago. I had a lot of depressive situations that occurred, never being accepted by society because of my weight, and even with some jobs. So it just grew. It grew, the feeling of not being appreciated and not being enough. And I went to the doctor one day at 23 years old. He looked me in my face and he asked me, "Do you want to die before you turn 24?" And that was pivotal for me.
So what did you do? How did you make the change?
Well, I started doing my research. It gave me a hunger. It made me really, really want to become healthy. That was the difference in how I began to speak and feel and think. It went from wanting to be cute and just lose weight to wanting to be healthy. I learned about bariatric surgery, gastric bypass to be exact. And I went to a local doctor who specializes in bariatric surgery. And thankfully, I got approved and went through that journey.
And then once that happened, you actually took it a step further and began exercising.
Absolutely. So, they always tell us to start walking, to get everything healed up and make sure you get back to your normal self. And I did that. But after a little bit, you start to plateau. I got about 75 pounds off initially, and then it stopped. So I went to a local gym, signed up for personal training, and she is the one that actually encouraged me strongly to start group fitness training. I fought it because I did not want to go through those embarrassments and not being accepted again. But one day I said, why not? And I loved it.
And then you became a personal trainer. You help people online and in person. You maintain a normal weight, live a healthy lifestyle. For anyone interested in working with you, where can they reach you?
You reach me at V as in Victor, ROK, fitness.net.
V-Rock Fitness. Thanks so much, Kylie Ross. What a great story. And you are living well on Light 96.9. Protein bars are a convenient and easy source of protein. They're perfect for a quick snack before or after a workout, or even a meal replacement when we're short on time. But have you looked at the cost of the bars these days? Not to mention, many are loaded with sugar, carbs, or calories. The solution? We can make our own homemade versions. They're cheaper and healthier, and we can tailor them to our needs. For example, if we're trying to increase our intake of healthy fats, we can add nuts or seeds to our bars. Or if we want to cut down on sugar, we can use sugar-free protein powder or a healthy sugar substitute. By making protein bars at home, we can avoid all the unhealthy additives and fillers often found in store-bought bars. We have some simple and delicious recipes for do-it-yourself homemade protein bars at WFPG.com, on the health page of our app, or on our Facebook page. Living Well on Light 96.9. I just got the results back from a comprehensive gut test called the Gut Zoomer, and it is so interesting. It tells you so much about your health. And here to talk more about that is dietitian nutritionist Georgia Saylor, owner of Vitality Nutrition and Wellness Center in Linwood. Georgia, tell us about the Gut Zoomer.
So the Gut Zoomer is amazing. It is a test that will test your ability to break down the food that you eat, your digestive sufficiency. It will test different markers for inflammation and help lead you to the root causes of this inflammation. It will find out where you have dysbiosis of your own personal microbiome and what we can do to correct it and put your body back into balance with your probiotics and your prebiotics and improving your diet.
That is amazing. It's a 30-page report, and there's so much in it. I was blown away by it. And so when people take this test and come to you, how do you work with them to try to improve their gut microbiome and their gut health, which affects everything?
So the first thing is if we find out there's some sort of pathogens or like extra overgrowth of bacteria, we're going to remove the pathogen first. And then we're going to replace the gut flora by adding probiotics and fermented foods and increasing their fiber. So we're going to work with individually wherever their body needs to go.
So someone could think they're eating fairly healthy and doing the right thing, but there's usually something that can be changed or improved, and that can make someone feel better, whether it's their sleep, whether it's inflammation in their joints, digestive health. There's so many changes that can be made, and people might be taking a probiotic or prebiotic, but it might not be the exact one that they need.
Yeah, it happens a lot. Because there's so many, there's so many different choices. You need to take the one that your body needs.
And that's what I found with this test. Everyone is different. And that's why it's so important to do it. Again, it's called the Gut Zoomer. And if people would like to learn more about it, where can they reach you?
VitalityNWC.com, which stands for Vitality Nutrition and Wellness Center.
Thanks so much for joining me, dietitian nutritionist Georgia Saylor and owner of Vitality Nutrition and Wellness Center in Linwood. And Georgia and I continue our conversation on gut health, the Gut Zoomer test, so much more on my podcast, Living Well with Robin Stoloff. Listen wherever you get your podcasts, or if you'd like to watch the video of our conversation, you can check that out on my YouTube channel called what else? Living Well with Robin Stoloff. And of course, follow me on Facebook and Instagram for bite-sized tips to help you learn more and live better. Thanks so much for being with me this morning for Living Well with Robin Stoloff, empowering you to live a healthier life. Join me again next Sunday morning at 10. Until then, keep living well.